Hi, I'm still sick. You can literally hear how nasally my voice is right now, but I unfortunately have to talk. Another creator on this platform, his name is Repzilla or something like that, I don't know. He apparently doxed my ex, and that is something very serious to me and my ex, and I think it definitely needs to be discussed. And also, you might as well consider this a podcast. I'm not going to script this or anything. It might unintentionally be a little long than it should. So if you like podcasts, this is the video for you. If you want to hear about a creator literally dox my ex and me discuss about all the lies that were said about me, feel free. But yeah, with that out of the way, hello. I hope you're having a good day. I sort of am. I've been having really good days recently until this morning when I woke up and my friend fucking messages me on Discord. Holy shit, your ex got doxxed. I guess we'll start about, my thoughts about this. So, essentially what has happened is an artist lied about not getting credit when they did. I removed it as a result of that lie because I don't want to promote liars. People were upset that I did not remove the art off of my channel because the agreement was credit and then you can use the art. But I did not feel that way. And that it was just something I didn't agree with because I feel if you're going to lie about me, I won't stoop down to your level and lie about you. However, okay, I don't have to respect you either, or your wishes, or any previous contracts. Now, that is my personal mentality about it, and you can critique that, of course. I mean, am I saying it's the correct mentality to have? No. But am I saying it's the worst mentality to have? No. I'm pretty neutral about it. And I'm just going to be completely honest like I was in my story time about it. Something that you will notice between people that are telling the truth and a liar is that the liar will be very inconsistent, but if someone's telling the truth, they're not only consistent, but they tell it pretty much like both sides almost. Like, they're not necessarily trying to drag that person under the mud, if you know what I mean. They're like, let's put it this way. Let's say you dated someone, okay, and you have an ex. There are some people out there that will just completely, if they talk about their ex, shit on them. Like, you know, fuck you, whatever. Like, you were a terrible person to me. You did this. And then there's people that will be like, yeah, we both did our wrongs, you know? And we were both fucked up. Maybe they could even express that one side was more fucked up than the other. Because, you know, there's always two sides to the story, and then there's the truth. But I've noticed in my 19 years of living that people that do tell the truth tend to be open about both sides and admit both sides of it, you know? So that's pretty much what I'm doing my best to do here, and I also did that in my original story time about the person that lied. So here's pretty much the truth. I'm going to run it down from how one thing escalated to, my ex getting doxxed. Crazy, I know. The internet is, fantastic. So, right, like I explained, the reason as to why I removed the credit because the person lied about it, right, when they did get credit. So, that escalated to different tropes of cancel culture, which is a thing that, again, I did talk about this in my Trisha Paytas video. You should really watch ContraPoint's video about it. She describes, I think, 1 to 4, maybe even 5, it's been a while since I watched it, tropes of cancel culture, and basically explains it. So, to kind of give you, and again, please watch it because she explains it in so much depth, and she just articulated herself way better. But because I'm summing it up, you might not entirely understand where I'm coming from. She used the James Charles situation, which was the biggest thing ever. New York Times covered it. It was huge. And essentially with the Tati Westbrook and James situation, she never said in her video that James was a sexual predator. But people remember her saying that because of cancel culture, which is essentially like the Mandela effect. But what happened essentially was that she made an allegation that he was trying to trick straight men. And then that allegation, what cancel culture would do is turn that into James Charles is toxic and manipulative. Then that would be an attack on his character and not the allegation or what his actions are. Instead of critiquing his actions, it became an attack on him as a person. So it went from James Charles allegedly tried to trick straight men into James Charles is terrible and manipulative to James Charles is a terrible person, which is a very general statement. Okay, cool, whatever. To then, after James Charles is a terrible person, James Charles is a sexual predator. I might have gotten some of that like mixed up because again, like that was Contra's explanation, not mine. And again, she was way more articulate than me and explained it in depth. But you get the point. An allegation, can turn into that. And he was attacked viciously. His family were also getting attacked, and people just started believing fabrications made against him and were, yeah, like I said, attacking him. And it took him to make a very long video to get the internet to like him again, I guess, or just it was just him to tell his truth. And it's sad that you have to do that. Like the same people that have relentlessly bullied this kid based off of allegations and stuff were like, oh wow, Tati was lying, oh my god, yay James. And I just find it so stupid, and that's why I don't take the internet seriously. I remember when I was like a new YouTuber, there were people that would send me really nice messages, right? And then if I didn't respond quick enough, or if I never respond in general, which back then I was extremely approachable, would always respond, all of a sudden they would just send me a fucking nasty hate message, like people that I've been extremely nice to, and people that would write me nice messages about like, oh, I had a shitty day at school, I came home, watched your videos, like, so, like, it helped me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I would be like, oh, like, I'm so glad to hear, thank you, blah, 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 whatever. They would just send me a hate message. And I started learning very quickly that on YouTube, what people say really doesn't matter. I mean, people do switch up. And to me personally, I don't think there's necessarily true haters or true supporters. It's just the internet. It just boils down to it's just the internet. It doesn't matter. When it comes to YouTube, whether people have like opinions about you, whether you have supporters or haters, at the end of the day, you're just entertainment. That's literally it. And I hate that it's come to that. I wish that we could see each other as just fellow people. But YouTubers are really considered like subhuman. I mean, it gets lonely, especially if you're like beyond a YouTuber, like you're fucking Justin Bieber, like a celebrity. Like people are just willing to drag you through the mud instantly. And I could go on about it, but especially if you're like an A-list celebrity or something, it must be horrifying. Paparazzi everywhere, people literally making up lies about you. If you fucking talk to someone, they're gonna try to make speculation or turn it into something big. Like it's gross, and it's like you can't really be treated as a person. And the same can apply to YouTubers. What's even sadder is that other YouTubers can do this to other YouTubers, and knowing that what they're doing is wrong. Which sucks. Again, sometimes it does happen unintentional, and that's okay, I guess, because everyone makes mistakes, and I'm not one to say that you shouldn't forgive someone. But at the end of the day, there are some very manipulative people that know exactly what they're doing, and it's really gross that they like to hurt people, they like to lie about others. But back to the point. So after explaining the multiple tropes of cancel culture, again, watch ContraPoints' video, okay? I cannot express that enough. She's, like, perfect, and I love her, and, like, yeah, it makes more sense if you watch hers. I need to fucking stop saying that. Watch her video. So, anyways, that happened, which is fine. Lie about not getting credit, I don't care. That's, like, the least of my worries. I really don't care. But then this person, and I'm going to say allegedly, the person that told me this, I do trust them. I do consider them a friend, or acquaintance, I should say. But, and I don't think they have a reason to lie. But I never seen it or heard it myself. Apparently, the artist that lied got on an interview and stated that because the reason they told me their sexual assault story is because I said it first, and that they wanted to relate with me or make me feel better, which was an outright lie. My story is still the truth to this day. If you watch the original story time, what happened was they were just very, like I said up front, it was very abrupt, and my first reaction was just, oh my god, did you call the police? Like, you know, because I'm thinking, like, my immediate reaction is like, holy shit, like, are you gonna get justice? Like, what is happening? Like, when did this happen? Did you talk to the police? Like, just questions like that were going through my head, and I was articulating that to the person. So it's one thing to lie about credit, but another to not only lie about, well, stuff that's happened to me in my life or what I've, like, said to you, which that is gross. That's just like getting power hungry. Like, oh, I can get away with lying about credit. I can just make up anything. That's really fucking gross. But you also lie about your experiences with me, which is just strange. So then there's other people, again, I'm going to say alleged because I never seen it. I'm just taking my friends' or acquaintances' word for this because I personally don't think that they have anything to lie about. Especially smaller channels in mine will make videos saying their experiences with me. People I've never talked to, it's just really strange. On top of that, I've always been dealing with fabrications, not as consistent as this time period, but when I was new on YouTube, and I might have had a couple thousand subs, maybe like 10K or less, I made a Discord server. And people that were very upset about a Discord ban, they thought it was me when it was just like my moderators. I have mods. I also did some banning, but like that would be very rare. I mean, I had a lot of admins and mods for a reason. They would get upset and raid the server, which if you manage big servers or you manage a server for a YouTuber or just something like that, you know that raids are often. Now, these raiders in particular made accounts called Madam and literally like raided our server with like fake Madam accounts. It even had the same profile picture that I had at the time. I didn't think much of it. I just thought they were trolling and just typical raiders. But then with their little like tiny sub count compared to mine, faked screenshots using those ults that they made and pretended like they had beef or I said something I didn't say and all these things. And of course, I'm not going to address it because they had 200 subs or less, and it was retarded. Like, if someone on the internet, especially a creator, would sit down and fucking address every lie that's ever, or fabrication that's ever fucking been made of them, we would be here all day, okay? And that even includes, the white lies, or not necessarily white lies, the ones that are very innocent. I remember when I had 500 subscribers. I'll never forget this because it was the first lie ever told about me, and it was so cute. I don't know why. I should have been weirded out, but I thought it was adorable. There was a little kid, and he had a Fortnite channel. He was so cute, and he did a video saying that I was his cousin by marriage or something, and that he knew me and all. And I was just holy shit! There's a kid trying to brag about being my cousin. And what's funny about this is I don't have family, so I don't have cousins or anything. So I was just oh, I mean it's an obvious lie to me, but it was cute. But then over time it got malicious. Now, that's just an example, the whole, the time, our raiders, started fabricating stuff. It's just a very early example of this starting to happen to me. And I noticed that, through my journey of YouTube, I realized why YouTubers become unapproachable. When was the last time you seen Quackity in his Discord voice chats or the chat, okay, on Discord? Never, not even once. And you can apply that with every other YouTuber. They are very unapproachable for a reason. They think that if you are approachable, they can leech off of you, lie about you, gain something from it. And even if you yourself watching this, you could never fathom lying about someone, regardless of whether they're a public figure or not. There are people that are extremely very thirsty for attention. They'll do anything. Even if it seems absurd, or if my sub count or other people's sub count seems too small for it, it does happen, and it's very unfortunate. And that is something that I have learned, but I never stopped being unapproachable, unfortunately. I would give my advices and experiences that I briefly talked about here, and tell my other YouTuber friends that were approachable. I'd say, hey, you might need to stop, because one of these days, you're probably going to have fake screenshots against you, or someone's going to get mad and do it. But what I have realized is no matter how kind you are, that can always happen. It doesn't matter if you're unapproachable or not. The difference is that if you appear to be approachable or a small channel, it is much easier for people to believe the lies, right? And then start a hate train. Versus if someone were to make up a fucking lie about, let's say, Shane Dawson, and they provide screenshots that seem very real, even screen recordings, because people can do that. There's a lot of ways to manipulate technology. People would be like, yeah, right, it's Shane Dawson. But if you lie about a small creator, it's very believable. So I never lost sleep over it. Did I care about the lie about the credit? No. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it's unfortunate, but it didn't surprise me because people have lied about me before. It's not anything new to me. What is shocking, though, is when you lie about someone's personal life, what they say to you, and your experiences with them. That gave me chills harder than when Trisha Paytas got chills at Gabby Hanna lying about her. Okay, I was shook. I was like, listen, lie about the credit, I don't care. Lying about me and what I've said or experienced, that is so creepy. Ew. Girl, look, I'm not one to care about reputation. I understand the ins and outs of YouTube very well. But I know that people that are willing to lie for a reputation do care about theirs. And what I will say is if you continue this behavior, you're going to lose so many opportunities in the future. Your true colors will start to show. It's just gross. I mean, girl, you need to stop. It's gonna, dude, karma's real and it's gonna bite you back in the ass. Like, you're gonna lie about someone or fuck over someone and you're gonna regret it. And I don't mean me. I mean, you're going to lie about someone that will absolutely expose you right on the spot. With me, I'm a very laid back, chill person. I made one story time, thought it was funny. And essentially, what do you decide to do? Instead of telling the truth, you just lie. That's gross. And again, two sides of the story. If you want to say you felt like you didn't have a good experience with me, that's one thing. But to literally lie blatantly about stuff that I've said or experiences is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely not. That is defamation. So that being said, what does that lie cause? Well, it's a lie that the lawsuit was fake in regards to Onision. And during that time, I was just laughing at it because, well, I was seeing shit like that on my phone while literally in Washington. Do you really think just because I went to an event that it's just fake? Like, I flew across the country to go to an event? Absolutely not. I did get shit done. Now, my choices about that situation has changed, and it's something I'm not willing to discuss until I talk to, like, an attorney. But what I will say is I did not just go there to hang out and shit. I chose a date in particular. It was, like, a couple days into the trip where my friend picked me up, and we went to the courthouse to get shit started. I had to pay a fee. And there's also footage of it because I was filming the entire thing, so that someday I could talk about it and show everything and show the journey. On top of that, my friend that drove me there can confirm I did go. It's literally not that deep. And I didn't take the allegation seriously because I understand the tropes of cancel culture. There's an allegation which will escalate into an attack on your personality, which will then be perceived as a fact, and then that quote-unquote fact about your personality will turn into, this person is a this. So for this example, it could be like scammer or something. Now, that didn't bother me at all because, like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not losing sleep over it. So that happened. Whatever. So I fly back. I continue to do stuff that I need to do. Unfortunately, a friend of mine passed away, which was incredibly hard to deal with. I barely uploaded, to be honest with you. It's still something that I'm like, I'm trying not to cry. Like, it's hard to think about, and it's hard to lose people. It was a childhood friend of mine that passed. Anyways, so I deal with that, and because of that loss, I didn't care to address any allegations against me. I just didn't, and, you know, I had better things to worry about, if you know what I'm trying to say. So I continue to, well, I guess allow people to make up stories. Like I said, if you're a bigger YouTuber, people will be like, yeah, right, but because I'm small, it's very easy to say, I had an experience once and it wasn't good. No, I've never talked to you. Now, was I approachable in the past? Sure, but that doesn't give you a right to lie about me. I've never been rude to fans. None of that ever happened, and I find it quite sad that people quite literally believe anything. And the only way that fake screenshots or fake story times or fake anything will be pretty much like in the trash to the internet standard is if you're big. Because if you're a big YouTuber, it's like, well, yeah, right. So I accept it. I don't care. I have a loss that I'm dealing with. I have stuff to do in person. I have better things to worry about. So some time goes on, and, you know, I'm just living life, I guess. And my friend, or an ex-friend, saw an opportunity to use me for his gain. And again, I could go on about how, like, YouTubers and well, I don't want to compare YouTubers to celebrities because I do believe celebrities experience this on a scale that we as YouTubers, unless you're fucking PewDiePie or Ninja, will never, ever in your life experience. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. It's like a whole other level. Like, if I was an A-list celebrity, I'd kill myself level, okay? Like, it's not good. A lot of people dream of being like a fucking known and a celebrity with all this money, and it's not good. I experience it on such a lower scale, but it's still not good. So if, like, to celebrities, I always, like, give them fucking props, kudos, like, I don't know how you do it, but, basically, they knew me very well and faked a friendship with me for a little over a year. Now, unfortunately, how I know that it's fake is because they confessed that it was all fake, which I will get to later. But essentially, there was a person that faked a friendship, and there was another person that I met for literally only a month. I barely knew them, but we did become friends pretty quickly. I did not take my own advice that I would give other people in the past in terms of not being approachable as a YouTuber or someone that's considered a public figure, because there are people, unfortunately, that do fake stuff like friendships, or they just are out to gain. And that is just crazy to me. I've never faked a friendship. I don't plan on it, but that's insane. So this person knew about lies and how it's just easy to lie about me. And that's exactly what they did. And I'm talking about the person that I've only known for a month. We're going to call him John. So why do I always say John in all my story times? So John says to these two girls on my server, I'm going to say their actual name, they don't mind, or their usernames, it's not their real name, Moana and Cherry. And they were former mods, and they're still friends of mine currently, and I will always defend them. Because, lying about people and public figures, or just people in general, is just fucked. One day, John goes to these girls and says, Ash only likes you for the art that you make her. They start bawling their eyes out. They believed it because it's like, why would he lie about that, Ash talks to him all the time. Crying hysterically, shaking, like, I've seen them, my friend sent screenshots of them in a group chat saying, I can't stop crying, I feel so used. Horrible stuff. Now, to give you context, I never said that. I've never said a single bad thing about them. I'm always in voice chat with them. We always spend time together. I never ask for art. They make me fan art, and I always appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to work with them or asking for anything. They just simply made me fan art. And anyone that knows me, or if you've made me fan art, you know that I genuinely appreciate it, and I show nothing but gratitude. And the fact that he would blatantly lie about me was so disgusting. He wanted to start drama, maybe try to make this into a YouTube video. I don't know what he wanted, but he lies to these girls. My other friend, her name is JJ. I love her so much. She's a great person, and I hope that we become like lifelong friends. But JJ decides to show me this, and we talk about it, and he's a fucking liar, and she's pissed because even she knew it was a lie right off the bat, because she knows me just as well as they all do. And she was like, hold up, Ash never fucking said anything like that. What the fuck are you talking about? So she's comforting these girls, saying, dude, John lied. What the hell? Like, don't cry. And I contact them through JJ, and I say, well, something, I can't quote it because, it happened quite a while ago, but I say something on their lines of, I sent a screenshot of my last text to that person, confronting them about the fabrications they made against me, to these artists that not only did I consider them friends, and I still do, but looked up to me. I was absolutely sick, and I was like, I cannot be friends with someone that makes up, or just fucking fabricate shit against me. Absolutely not. You know that I deal with this as a public figure. Our friendship's over. I'm over it. So I send a screenshot of that to the friend group, or just JJ, and then she sends it to the group. You know what I'm trying to say. And they calm down and realize he's lying, and it was just a big mess. And, they cut him off because he was just a terrible fucking liar. And that was pretty much it. People did ask me why we weren't friends anymore, and I would say, well, he lied to these artists and said that I only liked them because they made me art, which is not true. I confronted him, said I don't appreciate these fabrications, bye, we're not friends. Now, this is where it takes a weird fucking turn. This person decides to message not only band members of the server that I own, like banned people that were banned for hate or just anything like that. Like, haha, oh my god, like, Ash did this, which isn't true. You know that I cut you off because you lied. Point blank, period. But then he starts saying that, oh, she blocked me because, like, I guess she's dating someone and didn't want to tell that guy that she was dating me, and just starts lying and saying that I personally did shit to him, which just was never true. And I was genuinely confused because I don't like to leave people without closure if they considered me a friend or something. If I do decide that I don't want to be friends with them anymore, I let them know the reason so that they have closure. And the reason was very clear, that it was because you lied and made these artists cry for no reason. That is gross. And it's not even just about making them cry, just lying on your friend. I'm not a friend to you if you're gonna lie. That's disgusting. So that's why I cut him off. So he freaks out, starts sending the same message to banned people and other people. And first of all, I never did that. Once I got rid of that person in my life, I just lived my life like anyone else. Playing games, working, doing whatever like normal people do. I didn't go and message his friends calling him a scammer, or because he does scam for a living, which I'll get to later. I didn't, try to start shit or say anything bad. I just want to move on with my life because I don't appreciate fabrications from people that I would have considered friends. So that happened. And because of all the lies that he told the other people, and because it happened the same day, they just, I guess, believed him. Not everyone did. A lot of people knew, especially my friend group, knew that, it was a shared friend group, so that says a lot, but they knew that he was lying, and it was really fucked up that he made these girls feel that way off of, like, a lie. But he makes, like, a admin of my server believe these lies, which is, like, it's shitty, but I didn't really care, right? It didn't really affect me or our friendship, so I didn't really care much. But then it started escalating. They decided to ban all of the people associated to me or friends from their server. Now, granted, it's your Discord server. You can do whatever you want. But I had an issue with that because the person that owned that server, was complaining to me and saying that I'm throwing away a community that we built together, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you allowed John to ban all of your so-called friends and the people that we have been talking to since like 2018 or something because of a lie. Like, they didn't do anything. They wanted to be neutral. They were just chilling in your server. They didn't do anything. They didn't even use it. That server's dead as hell. And they got banned. I took an issue with that because I was talking to people about it. They seemed choked up. They seemed hurt. They felt betrayed. And I'm going to stick up for my friends. Now, on their side of it, well, because they believed the liar, it was like, well, no, it's our server. And you have no right to have an opinion on that, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, just being hypocritical because you're also having an opinion on the community. It's like, no, it needs to be fair. I treat my community good here. Why are you allowing the person that lied about me to not only have admin or mod there, but abuse power and ban everyone? That's weird and gross, and I don't support it. Ultimately, it ended our friendship. I made the decision I didn't want to be friends with this person. And granted, big decisions like that isn't just off one problem or situation. He had a history of talking behind my back, and I did confront him in it with his in real life friends that told me about it. They told me some stuff that, I don't know them. I never speak to them. Literally, I don't even know their fucking real names. I just know them on Discord. When they would tell me the stuff that he would say behind my back, my bad. it's only details that this person, we're going to call him Jonathan. We have a John and a Jonathan, that Jonathan would know. So I knew that his friends weren't lying. And when I'd confront him, he'd be like, no, I never, like even in front of his friends, just kind of lying, trying to be neutral, trying to snake his way out of it. And over time, I started to realize this person was really fake to me. I'm not sure what happened to cause that, or maybe if it was that way the entire time, which I do suspect. They did say some questionable stuff that made me, later on in the story, that made me believe it was all entirely fake. But it was just a bunch of stuff where I was feeling like this isn't a good friendship. I don't think you're being a good friend to me or our community that we have built together. You talk behind my back, and I just don't want to be friends anymore. Now, this is what's fucked up about this. He planned on lying about me the same way the artist did. So what does he do? Ask for me to promote a stream. He wanted to raise money for charity. I said, sure. By the way, I'm not going to delete that. If anything, it's just going to show how manipulative and gross and terrible that person is, or at least was to me. And I do think that they're a terrible person in general because they dated an underage girl, but we'll get to that later. Essentially, this is just a lie, and it's so stupid that I have to talk about it. When that happened, he, has always been fake to me, and he decided before our friendship ended, because he's been fake to me, keep that in mind. So regardless of the fact that I ended it first, he was planning on doing it anyway. He did plan to backstab me. This was completely intentional. He wanted me to promote him so that he could raise money. And I thought it was for a good cause. And so that's why I did it. I was like, sure, I'm not doing much on my Princess Ash channel, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Princess Ash is not my main. I have a very successful, I hate saying I just sound weird. I'm not trying to gloat, so I don't know why I said that. I have another channel that has 200k subs, and that's a Reddit channel. And it's doing really well, and I'm getting a play button soon, which I'm really excited about, and I upload, like, daily on it, pretty much, so, that's, like, my main channel, but, I was like, sure, I don't really do much on Princess anyway, because I got bored of it, and, yeah, so, sure, and plus it's for a good cause. I'll even donate myself, which I did. I promote it. Now, why did he want this promotion? Was it to raise money? No. It gets dark. He starts uploading a fuck ton of content, according to my friend, JJ. All of a sudden, when it was always dead, and, because it was apparently a friend, you wouldn't think anything malicious of that. You would think, cool, they finally have the time to do more online, I guess, make more stuff, cool. And they were planning on trying to get exposure for this, or just making something of themselves by using me. And using a lie to say that I want to, help the fires in Australia, the animals, everything, all the wildlife. Like, they use that, which is so scummy because it's supposed to be charity, as a way to mask that the intention was to get exposure from it and then lie about me. That is so gross and disgusting. So being a decent friend, someone open to promote that, thinking that everything's fine, I promote it. I donate to it. That's pretty much it. Right after that, right, because of them being extremely fake, they streamed with the person that abused power, banned all my friends, that lied about me. I was uncomfortable, and I said, no, I cannot be friends with you. On top of that, he's also still friends with a person that doxed and harassed me. This person would send me images of child pornography, which is horrid. I reported as much as I could before I blocked them. It was absolutely horrible to get unwanted photos like that. They also sent me images of gore. They also sent me images of legal porn, but still. They would send me pictures of my ex and spam it. They not only did this on Discord, they would also spam insult me, but they did it on everything that they could, which includes Steam, Instagram, I think, I'm pretty sure, Discord, it was disgusting. And this person, the so-called good friend of mine that, it's kind of, I didn't consider them a good friend. I just considered them a Discord friend. But, it's someone that, I would still consider Discord friends like a friend, right? I talk to them, I give them advice, help them, and then vice versa, which we've done with each other. And, so-called good friend, no issue with that. It's one thing to have differences and, be friends with people that your other friends dislike, and another to stay friends with a person that has possession of child pornography. No, I will not tolerate that. To make things even worse, John, the one that lied about me to these two girls, also was flirting with underage girls. Minors. 14. 14. No. Oh my goodness. Knowing her age, too. He lies and says he didn't know the age. They were in voice chat. The girl repeated her age multiple times in front of him. There's witnesses. I was one of them. They weren't flirting in the voice chat, but she continuously repeated her age. Called herself, I'm baby, I'm 14, constantly. Disgusting! Why would you be flirting with her in the DM? So that makes me uncomfortable. I don't fuck with people like that. On top of that, Jonathan, the one that fucking intentionally wanted me to promote his stream so that he could lie about me and make it big like the artist did, right? He dated an underage girl. What the fuck? Now, I'll talk about that later, okay? Because there's a lot of details to that, and I don't want to take it out of context. But it's all fucked. And it's my personal choice to not be friends with people. I'm very confused as to why I am forced to make this video and explain everything, because if I just am brief and I'm straight to the point, people will call me a liar. I have to just talk about everything from my memory, one by one by one by one by one. So I choose to not be friends with this person. I say, please leave me alone. Please stop talking to me. I just don't wish to be friends. Right? And they said some remarks to me which were it indicated that they didn't like me for a long time, pretty much, and planned on it. It was all there. There's witnesses. On top of that, literally threw his other friend under the bus, which didn't like me, and was like, by the way, he's been in contact with a server that doxed you. And he's in there. Showed evidence, which I'm starting to, I don't know if it's fake or what, but showed some alleged evidence. And said that he knew it for months and didn't plan on telling me. And it took an argument with me to release this info and to imply, he also made some rude remarks that implied that he never liked me to begin with. Absolutely disgusting and fake. Why are you faking friendships? This is why public figures cannot be friends with people that know them as, or they start a friendship knowing that they're a public figure. It does not work. It happens. It doesn't. People are willing to fake friendships for years, and it's disgusting. So thank God it ended. I'm so glad. So he sneakily promotes himself using charity, which is so disgusting. Then the entire time planned on making up lies about me. That's pretty much what happened. They got in a call with my friend JJ and started releasing, as in Jonathan did, releasing texts of just my ex venting, which were completely taken out of context. Absolutely disgusting, because Jonathan had knowledge of the context, and not only that, but knowledge that me and my ex are cool. We care about each other. We love each other. We have forgiven each other multiple times. It wasn't necessarily an on and off forgiveness. It was like, oh, and I forgive you for this. And like, it was just very, like, sweet. You know, we have nothing but care and love in our hearts for each other. Knowing the context of that, try to make me appear like a bad person to JJ. Now, JJ comes from a home where she lived with people that had narcissistic traits and parents that were abusive and tended to manipulate. And there's two options that people that grow up in this kind of environment have. They'll either, option A, do the same thing that happened to them and be a shitty person, which does happen. Or plan B, they use their upbringing as a lesson, and if they're being abused by their parents, they say, I'm not going to treat my kids this way, and they learn from it. And what JJ learned was manipulation. When she was in a call with John and Jonathan, she was focused on the core fact, the core reason as to why the friendship ended between me and John, which was John lied to two artists and made these two girls cry. Okay? That's the focus. I made it very clear, like I said, why I cut that person off due to a fabrication. I don't tolerate that. They immediately don't address that. They lie. They try to change the topic immediately because that person was very guilty of lying. So what was brought up, instead of saying like, maybe they could say like, I never lied or I never did this, to at least try to be believable. They say, Ash was shitty to her ex. Just starts showing my ex's private messages. To give you context of how that's fucked up is my ex is a public figure. I've dated multiple YouTubers, actually. I've dated the biggest one being one with 3 million subscribers. I know, shocker, no one would believe me. Big liar Ash. Another with 1 million subscribers. Another with like 300K. And then the one I'm talking about now has, I don't want to necessarily say the exact number. I don't want people to find out, but he's big. He's verified. One thing, if you are both public figures and you are in a relationship with each other, to establish is that no relationship issues go online. Seriously, you don't want to pull a Jake Paul and Alyssa Violet. There's no point. Keep your relationships private. Vent to your friends if you need to. That's it. But when you're a public figure, you see it all ties down to snakes and friendships. That doesn't exist unless you knew them in person first or something like that. If you vent to them and you know, or they met you because of the fact you're a public figure, that is not good. That is where lies will start to happen, manipulation, stuff like that. This, Jonathan, invades my ex's privacy. My ex had made it very clear with me that he never wanted, like, that. You know? We're people. This is not something I should even be talking about here. We're people. So, Jonathan knew this knowledge. He knew about that. He knew how my ex felt. And he's probably going to continue to lie because he's like, yes, not only did I get exposure and manipulated this, but I knew Ash would make a story time, so now I'm getting more exposure, which means I can fucking lie more and people are going to believe it because she's not big and people won't be like, yeah, right, they're going to believe it. And because Ash confirmed in her story time that, we did know each other, then people are inclined to believe me. And that's what's disgusting. But Jonathan knew how my ex felt about this kind of stuff being released. On top of that, knew that we forgave each other. And one of the reasons, which happened not that long ago, but definitely before the situation, that I confronted him about shit-talking, was that he was shit-talking in regards to me and my ex. That is weird, so I confront him. And he was like, no, I know that he was horrible to you, and I know that you did wrong to him as well, but like, blah, 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 just trying to snake his way out of, like, being confronted pretty much. I know that you guys forgave each other, Ash. I know you guys are cool. But you're out here, after asking for exposure from me, lying, trying to make me out to be a bad person, getting interviewed by a YouTuber named repzilla, making up stories that never happened, showing fabricated screenshots. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And what's sad is you know that you could do this because someone else did it. That is very gross. And it's all happened because what? Someone lied to these two artists and I didn't want to put up with it and I said, fuck no. They're my friends. I'm going to stick up for my friends. And because of that, you just saw that as a great opportunity to lie. Funny. Now, this person, like Jonathan, started showing this to JJ. And JJ is like, what the hell does this have to do with John lying about art? Ash's ex relationships, I don't care. That happened like, a year ago or some shit. What the hell does that have to do with John lying? Which is like the core reason as to why a friendship ended. And they just refused to confront it or even oppose to it. Which if you oppose to it, you're still a liar. But I mean, that's, at least it's on topic. She knew she was getting manipulated, so she left. She's like, absolutely not. I am not going to sit there, have them exploit Ash's ex, which has no relevancy to the fact that John lied about art. Because I grew up in a household where manipulation was like a very prominent thing in my life. And I know what manipulation is, and I'm not tolerating it. And this is why I love JJ. One of the best artists I've ever met. I remember the first day she contacted me. Sorry, I had to think about it. She understood and talked about how she didn't like the art community for various reasons, and so that she would never lie about me. And I learned that, even though I am taking my own advice, I'm not making friendships through being, through people that know me as Princess Ash anymore. But with JJ, it's like I trust her so much more than I did with people that I knew online for like a year. It's like one of those things where time doesn't necessarily matter. It's who's there for you. It's who's not going to get manipulated. It's who's not out to gain from you. JJ never, dude, she doesn't care. She doesn't want to gain anything. She's just a genuine person to me, and she understands manipulation, and that's why she doesn't fall for bullshit. And I like people like that. I love JJ. So she leaves, and what does this person decide to do? They start uploading even more, start talking about me, start not only showing fake screenshots, but real screenshots from my ex venting privately. Now, something that I could talk about for a while, but I'll try to give a brief summary is if you have to, there's different circumstances. If you are forced to release texts or screenshots, or someone did it first to you, so then you have to do it back, that's one thing. But the person that will just release it first, disgusting. Just so they can gain or take stuff out of context or manipulate. Like, that is weird. So they start messaging a bunch of people and just showing just random shit like that. Fake stuff and real stuff for my ex. Disgusting. Knowing the context too. It's not like I didn't know he didn't want this out. It's gross whether you know or not. And it's even grosser that you knew how he felt. You knew how I felt. I, don't care what said. I don't care about lies. What I do care about is my ex's feelings. His privacy. His trust in people. Him not being able to vent to people that he thought was a acquaintance or friend online. Invasion of privacy. My ex's feelings mean the world to me because we made up. We are caring, loving to each other. I wouldn't say loving, but I'm loving to him. He's caring towards me, I should say. And that's pretty much it. And knowing the context of that and still lying is absolutely disgusting. My ex said he was absolutely pissed. Absolutely pissed that this happened. So gross. And yeah, the only thing I cared about was his feelings in this. So they make up these stories, lie and say shit that never happened, when all it boils down to is you, John, lied to an artist, and I didn't like that. No one would like their so-called friend to lie about them. Of course we're not going to be friends after that. You panic, start lying to people so that you can back up your claims someday, like later on. Organize a plan to get exposure, use my kindness, take that to your advantage, to gain exposure, and then plan out a big lie. Trying to manipulate people. They also try to message a bunch of people to try to get them to turn on me. My friends don't fall for manipulation. That is disgusting. what's interesting is that every time a friendship ends with me, because most of my friends are not public figures, I'm never out to message their friends or start talking shit or trying to get them to turn. I'm not trying to tell mutual friends that they should stop being friends as well. I leave it alone. That's it. I'm moving, I'm living my life. And what's interesting is they can't do the same back. They want to exploit me, take advantage of kindness, invade my ex's privacy, knowing that he is not comfortable with that, knowing the context that we are cool with each other and forgave each other, wanting to exploit someone's past relationship problems on the internet to make a speculation is so gross. What's even grosser, and this is what my friend said, I did not watch the video, so I'll say alleged, but I don't think my friend would lie. The video said that I will, or the editor, whoever did it, was going to blur their name for privacy reasons. But their name is in the text. We are people, and like I've said a million times, we both did our wrongs and we forgive each other. There's context behind that. And the fact that I have to sit in an Audacity thing and talk about it when it happened almost a fucking year ago is like insane to me. Or feels like a fucking year ago. It was a long ass time ago. It was like fucking last summer. So I guess maybe I was being over dramatic about the timing. But it feels like ages because it's so irrelevant. I think it happened like June or fucking July or something. Fuck my memory. So, dates are not important, okay? 6 months ago, a year ago, same thing to me. It feels like forever. So, basically, what was I talking about again? Fuck. Like I said, I don't care about fabrications people make against me because I'm not losing sleep over it. I know that none of this shit happened, and I know that someday when I do get bigger, this won't happen anymore because people are going to be like, oh, Princess Ash, yeah, right, just like how they would with the bigger YouTubers. It's unfortunate. And I'm sure after this video, there's going to be people that I've never talked to that literally don't know me making up stories, right? And it's whatever. But what I do care about is the feelings that my ex has because I care deeply about my ex. Now, again, I was talking about context. That person I was in a relationship with mistreated me. And I mistreated them back as a result of the mistreatment. I got out of a hospital and my ex was still mistreating me right after I got out the hospital. It was extremely hurtful and made me snap. We both did our wrongdoings. Okay? A lot of people, they will leave a relationship before it gets that toxic. But everyone's different. There's also a lot of people that stay in abusive or toxic relationships. There's always people that will be like, I wonder why people stay in a physically or emotionally abusive relationship. Just leave them. It's not that black and white. A lot of people are very different. Personality disorders can also, how do I articulate this? Because a lot of people deal with stuff like that. Could make them more inclined to stay or go quicker. You know, everyone's different. And I was very attached to someone that was mistreating me and vice versa. He was attached to me, but I was also mistreating him back. It was not good. We both equally did our wrongdoings. We both forgave each other. And there's someone that my ex vented to that is trying to exploit that without his permission and made my ex uncomfortable and pissed. On top of that, which is so sad, you know, what I will say is I'm disappointed at repzilla if you're going to find this or, you know, chop it up and react to me talking directly to you. I don't know you, seen maybe a couple of your videos a long time ago, maybe like a year ago or something. I did not watch that video, but what I do know is that his name was not entirely blurred. It was in the text. If you have morals, if you don't exploit people's relationships, that is so... I get that you're a YouTuber and you have to report on stuff like this, and that's why I understand it, and I respect people like Keemstar, for example. I know I could get hate for that, regardless of his bad reputation. I quite like him. I think he's actually pretty fair in terms of reporting. But even I don't think Keemstar would do this. I understand the grind, I understand the hustle, but if someone comes to you with, like, in regards to someone else's relationship of two people that never spoke about it publicly. Why would you exploit that on your channel? Talk about the artist issue. Talk about something that is I've talked about on my channel. Criticize videos that are out that I published. For all you know, they could have been fake, and you're going to give it attention and exploit it. That is defamation. Now, a lot of those screenshots are in fact fake, so it is defamation. And the stories were fake too. But the X one wasn't. And what I will say about that is, if you do decide to, keep it on your channel and report it, that is, as much as that is disgusting to me, it is what it is. But if you have morals, could you please either try to edit it out in the YouTube thing or re-export it and properly blur out my ex's name? I don't care if you interview people that lied about me. I don't care about fabrications. I don't care about all of that. What I do care about is my ex's feelings and privacy. It is so sad that my ex could not vent to someone without it being exploited. Dating people with personality disorders, it is healthy to vent. It can be hard to do. It doesn't mean that the person with a disorder shouldn't be loved or shouldn't engage in relationships. But because it's harder on the receiving person, or the other end, I should say, it's their every right to have privacy and vent to people that they considered a friend, and to exploit it, and to make up lies, and to manipulate, knowing that me and my ex still love and care for each other is so disgusting. He said he's pissed off. And repzilla, I don't care if you criticize me, even if it's criticism based off fabrications. I don't care about the fake stories. I care so deeply about my ex's feelings that it hurts. It hurt me to know that his privacy is being invaded and exploited for your for your personal financial gain. It's one thing to talk about relationship stuff if they made it public. It's like Jake Paul and Alyssa Violet. My ex said not to compare it to that. But we didn't. You're trying to monetize, and I understand the hustle, get views, new inside details, whatever. I don't care about the fake stories that they said. Just respect privacy, please. You didn't blur out my ex's name. I care so much about him. And to exploit someone's relationship problems that happened literally half a year ago is so disgusting. It's so disgusting. You should have just reported the fake stories about me. You do your stupid interviews. Just please, if you have morals, just blur his name out. I don't care if you re-upload it. Just blur his name out. And if you don't choose to re-upload, if you want to keep his name on there, that's sick. And karma is real. And it's going to bite you in the ass someday. I'm not kidding. It's so disgusting that another creator could exploit someone like that and dox and exploit a person that never spoke on this and wanted privacy. Interview people that intentionally did this with manipulation, that literally manipulated it, knowing the context, knowing how my ex felt uncomfortable, knowing that my ex literally was like, I never want this out there, and they still proceeded to do it, knowing that we are cool with each other, knowing the full story, but they want to show a venting that is taken completely out of context. There's so many relationships where people say stuff they don't mean out of anger or just frustration. I've been called a bitch by my ex, and then he apologized later. He didn't mean it. It's heat of the moment stuff. This shouldn't be on YouTube. It's one thing to lie about credit or experiences with me. It's fucked up. It happens. When I get bigger, it will stop. It's another to exploit someone's past relationships, unless that, they made it public first. I have to sit here and address it because I am being harassed. My ex can't even have privacy anymore. There's people that see us, including him, I don't care about me, I just care about him. But that just see us as a way to exploit, jump on a hate train and make quick money. Like I said, you can criticize me. You can report on fake stories. You can report it as fact for all I care. I don't care. I have better things to worry about. Just respect my ex's privacy. I ask you very sincerely, if you want to respect his privacy and his feelings. It did say in the video, according to my friend, that for privacy reasons the names will be blurred out, which isn't true. It was not. It was leaked in the text. Re-export it and edit that out. You can either edit the entire video is manipulation, but you can edit out the screenshot, or if you want to keep it in and still be manipulative, just blur out his goddamn name. That's it. This was an hour-long podcast. It's the last time I'm addressing it. I have a main channel to focus on. I'm uploading daily on my Reddit channel. I have other channels to worry about. I cannot believe I had to sit here and make a podcast because my ex is getting doxxed by people that are habitual liars. That is insane to me. And I don't cry about anything, but oh my god, when my friend messaged me about my ex getting doxxed, that was the only thing I cared about. His feelings, his privacy, his well-being means the world to me. The absolute world. And even though he's pissed, I know he's fine. He'll be okay. It's not the end of the world. But I know for a fact he's very uncomfortable and he can't vent anymore. If you're watching this and you're a supporter, thank you. Sorry again for getting emotional. It's just I deeply, deeply care about my ex. Like his privacy being invaded. It's one thing if it was not taken out of context. On top of that, just being taken out of context, and it's basically defamation. It's literal slander. To do that is so gross. To do that to people that don't want this out, that never talk about it, that forgive and love each other and keep this between themselves, to exploit, to platform people manipulating and exploiting something that you have no business in is so disgusting. And I'm shocked that he got doxxed in it. Sure, it wasn't his full name, but his name is out there. He does not deserve that. And that is morally so wrong. So wrong. It's not like fucking releasing a fake number that you can't text. That's not doxing. Doxing is releasing someone's private information that they don't want out there. He doesn't even release his real name on his social medias, and he's a public figure. That is so fucked up. And I just, I shouldn't have high hopes. I know if you're gonna platform manipulation and basically for entire video's defamation, I'm not gonna expect this person to fix the guest editing. It could have been intentional, could have been an editing mistake to protect someone's identity, but I shouldn't have hopes. I mean, if you're going to exploit something like that, that's sick, and I doubt they're gonna protect this innocent man's identity. That is insane. So yeah, thank you for listening to my hour-long podcast. It's just, do you see the escalation here? How it started from a lie about credit to the different tropes to this, and then people seeing that within the tropes what happened and wanting to gain themselves. It's absolutely disgusting. And it's the last time I'm talking about or addressing it. I have plans for this channel in the future. I don't care about leafy clone commentaries anymore. I want to come back doing face cam shit someday. I have a main channel, like I said, I'm focusing on, but I'm talking about in the future. I've been getting in contact with Jordan Warone. I don't know how to say his fucking name. Warona. He's Tana Mojo's manager. And in the future, I'm going to, I know it sounds pathetic, why can't you get clout and just ask her to collab? bitch, by the time I come back to this channel, it's like I'm not working on it. I have a different channel that I'm working on. I'm actually getting a play button for. I'm proud of myself. This channel, this is gonna be like my face cam shit. And it has no fucking clout, bitch. So I'm gonna be finding out her prices very soon. And I'm gonna be booking Tana for a mukbang, which I'm really excited about. Hopefully she still is available by the time I want to do it. Because, you know, that can change. Like, shit can happen. It's life. It gets busy, whatever. I do plan on coming back with a mukbang with Tana. Literally, I'm going to pay her thousands of dollars to eat with her. Money moves. She's amazing. Like, I love her. Love that for her. Why am I going to pay thousands of dollars to eat with her? I don't know. But, yeah. Or I might just... It might not even be a mukbang. On top of that, I want to do some Omegle videos. Just stuff with my fucking face in it. But I'm not willing to right now. For January, I'm doing so motherfucking good on my Reddit channel. Sorry for the ear rape. Jesus Christ, am I doing good on my, okay, I'm gonna extend the podcast. Hold the fuck up. So, story time, okay? A story time within a big podcast about my ex getting doxxed. Story time, right? So basically, oh shit, I used to have, like, friends in the commentary community. Now, I don't really talk to them often. I actually don't. And I never will again. Like, I literally, like, delete their number, bye. And, they all have over 1 million subscribers. I don't want to be too specific of the number, but just know that they are known. They're big. They literally do shit over gameplay like me, but they're big. And they all told me one day in a call that they're working on their other channels. So I'm sitting here like, huh? You have 1 million subscribers and you're working on channels that have like a couple thousand? Excuse me, not even 100. Why? Not even 100K. And they're like, Ash, you're just new to this. You'll never understand. It's so important to have different sources of income, blah, blah, blah. YouTube is so, like, dysfunctional and unreliable, and you never know if you can lose monetization on this, blah, 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 blah. Like, just going the fuck off. Like, this, and this, and this. And I was like, holy shit, okay. Like, I was a little rude about it, but I was like, you're dumb as hell. You have a channel with 1 million subscribers. You all do. You get so many views. Like, it would make sense to me to just keep uploading on that one and getting your coin, right? Was I wrong? That is not a good mentality to have, especially if you are, if you know what you're doing on YouTube and know the algorithms very well. One day I get bored. So this is around August, and I decided to do what they're doing. Over time, I just got so bored of making, like, commentaries. And I was like, you know what? They did say that, like, they had all these channels. Like, what if I just gave it a try? And I didn't actually expect for it to go anywhere. Like, literally not at all. So I make, like, in August, a video. And I didn't think of it ever since then, right? I didn't even, like, check back on that channel. I literally didn't know it blew up. And I checked the, like, stats for it. It didn't even blow up for, like, at least 2 months. It generated some views. Got to the couple thousands by, like, the end of the second month. By the time it was the third month, bitch, it was, like, 600K views. I was like, what? And how I found out, right? So when you do stuff like this and you have multiple channels, and I learned from the best, okay, my ex-friends that, well, we didn't fall off or anything. We just don't talk. That do this, and they're very big in the commentary community that do this, right? They know the algorithm well, and they say that they also have, like, another account where they don't subscribe to anything. They don't even click on anything, which is so tempting to do sometimes, but they don't. They just get on it to look what YouTube is promoting. What does the algorithm like? Stuff like that. On top of that, we have, like, a, what is it called? Oh, Discord server. My bad. I barely use Discord now, so I don't know. Oh, fuck me, right? Fuck my memory. I can't even remember the word fucking Discord server. So basically, there's also one where it's just, like, verified YouTubers, and, like, it's where they test the algorithm and, like, just shit like that. I don't know if I should snitch because maybe they didn't ask to be in this podcast or whatever, but, like, when I say big YouTubers, I mean, like, not some bullshit, like, big Roblox YouTubers. So I mean, like, people that, like, people you all know and are subscribed to. Like, I'm talking, like, one of them has, like, 10 million subscribers, probably more by now, that are, like, known, okay, like, and they gave me, like, an unverified role that was, like, shit brown, and I felt very triggered because it was like unverified and it was like a shit brown color. It's like, thanks, wow, I'm like so shit. I get it. I'm not a big YouTuber, but I would just lurk in that server and see what they're talking about in regards to the algorithm as well. So I had an account like that where I would not click on anything, which was so hard, so tempting. Now, granted, was my video on trending? No, but was it YouTube just recommending it to the general public? Yeah. What the fuck? So I'm scrolling on that account. I see my own video. I freak out. I made a fucking post about it on Instagram too. Like, I didn't release what my channels are, which I do plan on doing someday. I freaked the hell out. So I started showing my friends. Of course they would know, but I was like, my channel, it got 600K views. What? I abandoned this channel months ago. What the hell? So then I take advantage of that one. I also had other ones, and I checked on those. And it did well over time. I was like, wow. I remember when I started off on YouTube, especially on the Princess Ash channel, that didn't happen. I remember it took an entire year to get 800 subscribers. I remember being stuck at that number. It was so horrible. But, I was shocked. So, long story short, I get, 5 channels monetized, right? And, one of them is, a Reddit channel that I just started out of boredom, and it's fucking huge. Millions of views. The fact that, by the way, you can get views without getting subs, you just need a good title and thumbnail, right? But if you actually take time and put time and effort into your videos, you're more inclined to get subscribers. And over time, I just got a fuck ton of subscribers. My Reddit channel is the most successful channel I have. It's the biggest channel. And yeah, and I've just been working on it ever since. Millions of views. Even though it gets millions of views, I still don't have millions of subs or anything, obviously, but it's to the point where I have a play button now. I don't physically have it, but I basically am gonna have one. It's holy shit. So I'm shocked that happened, and I was like, holy shit, this kind of became my main. And it all started out of boredom. And I even what the fuck am I saying? I criticized my friends for doing this. I thought it was so dumb, but it pays off. You would be surprised, and it makes you learn YouTube and understand it so much more. And it's just I'm still shocked. I don't even believe myself sometimes. I'm like, God damn, this did not just happen to me. I know I do not have a fucking Reddit channel that is huge or popping right now. Excuse me? Since when? How? Why? And don't get me wrong, I did put work into it. I started uploading daily on it. I still upload daily on it. There's not a day that goes by where I don't upload on the Reddit channel. But it's just sometimes I wish someone would pinch me and say, you're dreaming, Ash. What? And it changed my life. For example, I did a video called The Internet's Best E-Girl, and it's a girl I've always wanted to do a video on. And for a year. I had my eye on her for a solid year. And I want to start off 2020. I forget when it could have been late December or fucking early January, I don't remember. But I wanted to start off that month or fucking New Year with positivity. And I had good stuff to say about her. Did I critique her a little bit? Of course. She's not good at games, and she is a adult actress, and she definitely doesn't actually enjoy games, which I did have some opinions about, but she's actually very likable, and I liked her content, so I gassed her up and promoted her, and I called her so many nice things, called her cute and shit. Dude, I actually like her. I enjoy her content, and it was very well edited. I didn't script it, but I made sure I didn't repeat myself in it, because I just like to turn on the mic and talk, but I never script stuff. But in that video, I made sure to be careful about my word choices in regards to repeating myself. And essentially, I just said nice stuff about her, gassed her up, made some jokes. I edited it so well. To my standards, I remember starting YouTube not being able to even keyframe. I thought it was the hardest thing to keyframe. Can you believe that? It's keyframing. What, Ash? But I started doing that, and it was just I started editing so much better, and I edited the fuck out. It was 30 minutes, just stuff that if you would have told me I was doing 2 years ago from now, I would be shut the fuck up, right? But Don't get me wrong, it's not the most fantastic editing in the world, but to my standards, I'm so proud of myself. It was like enjoyable to me to make because, like, for example, in the beginning of it, I talked about Siege and I put the Siege logo. Sorry, I hate podcasts. I'm not gonna edit that out. The Siege logo, and it like came up from the bottom of the screen, went on to the top. I think there could have been a zoom in. I don't remember. It could have just been there. I don't remember. But like, I just remember with little details like that made me so proud of myself because I self-taught. I never watched tutorials, and I was just learning how to experiment more with editing, and I really liked the way it turned out. But it got a lot of dislikes. Now, there's nothing wrong with dislikes because within the YouTube algorithm, dislikes and likes are equal. It's literally like, so for the purpose of this explanation, I'll just say likes. So that includes dislikes. Okay, keep that in mind. So when you like/dislike, it's the same thing. It will help me get promoted and stuff like that. Like, it will promote the video. I mean, like, people that dislike the fuck out of J Station's videos, especially the ones where the ratio is more dislikes than likes. Y'all paid for 2 of his condos, excuse me. He has 2 of them, motherfuckers. You paid for it because you're promoting the fuck out of his video. Like, all of his most hated videos that have, like, the most dislikes, like, that gets promoted so much. Because people would rather be, because, you know, you don't go on the internet and just say random nice shit. That's not really a thing. If you do, it's, like, most of the time fake. Unless it's, like, a friend or you're passionate about the person you're talking about. But most people usually like to say stuff when something negative or they have something negative to say, right? Like, that's just how the internet is. So when you dislike and leave a comment, that shit started promoting his shit. He got 2 condos. Hell yeah, right? Like, I respect his grind. But basically it did promote my video. However, it's just like it didn't pay as well. And it got more dislikes, which, again, the dislikes don't matter because it does the same thing as likes, and it did promote, and thank you if you did dislike it. I actually really appreciate it because I feel like if I didn't have, like, a dislike squad or just, like, people that kind of kept my channel going, my views would be down as hell, like, less than 1,000. So the fact that people are helping me promote my videos, I just genuinely appreciate it. But in regards to, like, the payment, my CPM is low on this one for various reasons. I could go on. It's probably my fault. But compared to my main channel now, my main channel is the Reddit channel. And my jaw dropped when I saw the money I was making on the Reddit channel. Obviously YouTube money can fluctuate, but I'll never forget this feeling. You know, on the Princess Ash channel, when I was more consistent with uploads, I would make minimum wage, right? Or maybe less sometimes, but minimum wage. On my Reddit channel, I think about a week after it got monetized, and obviously I missed out on a lot of money because it just got monetized, right? So when I did get monetized, it like made a couple hundred the first day. I was like, oh, that's kind of nice, like, you know, cool. And I checked like a week later. You know, I was uploading, but I didn't care to check analytics. And, you know, it takes a while to load. Estimated revenue, $7,000. What? And the Reddit videos literally take me 10 minutes or less to make. Ew, disgusting, 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 disgusting. That's disgusting. That's so fucking gross. Ew, oh my god. I freaked the fuck out. What? So, I'm sitting here, like, comparing that, the minimal effort I put into that channel that generates millions of views, with the internet's best e-girl video. Because I remember I spent, like, days on that. Editing, everything was perfect to me. The editing was spot on. The way I articulated it, gassed this girl up, but also had some criticism for her I thought was nice. Because most people, they would want to, like, pick on her appearance or just be rude, and you know, I wanted to not only give some criticism, but gas a girl up, you feel me? And that just like, yeah, was it promoted? Sure. Did I spend a lot of time on it? Yeah. But it just didn't pay as much as like videos that take me 10 minutes to make. That is like mind-blowing to me. And that's when I saw 7,000, when it only was monetized for a couple days, like basically like a week. You bet your ass I made that my main channel. What the fuck? What the hell? Dude, and I remember my fucking commentary, like, friends that had, like, a mill. One of them said that in, like, December they were making, like, $5,000 a week. I called it bullshit. I literally did not believe him. I said, "What the? No, the fuck, you're not. That's some PewDiePie money. You're dumb as hell if you think I'm gonna believe that. It's fucking leafy shit. You're not making that." Until I saw the proof. And I thought that's something that would never happen to me. I'd keep making minimum wage on YouTube. Guess what the fuck happened to me? I said, gotta go, packing my bags, goodbye Princess Ash, I'm out. Like, 10 minutes to make a video every day for that amount of money. Pfft. And obviously it fluctuates month by month. And there's various reasons. I mean, also the views. But my views are very consistent. I actually got a fan base as well. There's people that have me on notifications on that channel. And on top of that, when I double uploaded occasionally, like in the beginning, not anymore, because I can't be fucked. But a few times I did double upload on that channel, there are people in the comments on notifications like, thank you, oh my god, double upload, like I feel spoiled. I was like, God, I'm just a fucking Reddit channel, you like me that goddamn much, goddamn. Thank you though, that's flattering, and it's just so cool. I have a Discord server for it. I genuinely built a fan base, which is really interesting. So yeah, things are going well for that, so I'm really happy. And in regards to if I'm ever gonna say what those channels are, I do plan on it. I want to make a video in the future on Princess Ash, and I'm gonna title it like exposing my 20 channels. Like, I just think it's so fucking funny, and one day I do plan on it. And that's when I make enough money to like be like, I don't know, like, oh, I'm retiring, like something that I can live off of for a long fucking time, like when I want to quit YouTube. And that could be in like my mid-20s or something. But this is going really well, and the fact that it's January right now and I'm still making decent money is like insane. So of course I'm not gonna fucking upload on Princess Ash. You got me fucked up. But I will come back to entertain all of my supporters, people that just, I don't know, find me entertaining. I will be back with face cam stuff. I am trying to book Tana Mojo. I've been in contact with his. Did I just misgender her by mistake? I will be in contact with her manager. I have been, to find out booking prices and stuff. So that will be fucking amazing to do. Like, seriously, that's that's amazing. I love Tana. I love her so fucking much, and I can't wait if she is available to do this. I literally can't wait. I plan on doing Omega videos. I do plan on returning. I plan on exposing all my channels someday. Don't you worry. So I think it's very smart and also funny. I just find it so funny, right? Like, I don't know why. It's just fucking, like, I'm catfishing YouTube pretty much. I'm literally like Hannah Montana, but on YouTube. Literally, it's so fucking funny. The best of 20 worlds, you bet your ass. And like, oh my god, I get so excited talking about it. But don't try to like find my Reddit channel and try to like frame someone. You're not gonna find it. Trust me, don't harass Reddit channels, okay? I will expose it myself. I understand that human nature, you're gonna be curious, you're gonna try to dig it up. You're not gonna find it, so just give up. Hi there, Ash from the future back. I know I just said goodbye. I forgot to address the person that quote unquote tried to expose me, bad person, even though he knew me and my ex were like cool, we love each other, we care about each other. Knowing the context, knowing that I was also mistreated, which led to me mistreating back, and obviously we were just stupid teenagers in love. It was stupid. We moved on, we care about each other. We're both, he's 20, but I'm not 20 yet, but I'm getting close. We're both fucking grown. Knowing the context, knowing how my ex is uncomfortable with this stuff being online, still exploiting for your personal gain, lying, all that stuff. This person trying to exploit and invade my ex's privacy dated an underage girl, and it is shocking to me because I never, after our friendship ended, I was just gonna like live my life. I don't fucking know, not talk about you ever again. Like, I don't, but if he wants to talk about relationships and literally lie on me, I'm not going to lie on him. I'm just going to say it how it is and tell the truth. He dated a 16-year-old girl that had just turned 17. He is a grown man. He is my age, going on 20, and this was very recent. It wasn't months ago or anything. It was pretty recent. It wasn't like, well, when I say months ago, I don't mean like 6 months ago. It was pretty recent. Dated an underage girl, high school girl, when you're grown. And I judged him for it at first. He is a friend of, or he was a fake friend of mine. And I knew I thought he was a good person. I didn't know he was like fake or anything at the time. And under the impression he was a good person, I eventually in a phone call, I said, I'm not going to lie, when I found out her age, I got uncomfortable. She started talking about her birthday and how she's going to get older, whatever. And he said that he met her parents and said and promised them that he would never do anything sexual with her and that it's a romantic relationship, which I call bullshit. But that's what he said to her parents. And I was under the impression he was telling the truth. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I judge you a little less. Like, it might be one of those situations where you really do love each other and there is just a little weird gap. But maybe you do. I don't know. You met the parents. I mean, if you met the parents, I guess who am I to judge? So I stopped getting uncomfortable. Here's the problem with this, though. Like, when you're a teenager, age gaps are so crucial. For example, let's use the age gap of 3. Because that's what I think their age gap was. Maybe. It could even be 4. I don't really know. Fuck me, right? No, I'm pretty sure it's 3. My bad. So, 12 and 15, for example, that is obviously, like, weird. Because a 12-year-old, like, they're starting to develop. A 15-year-old's already developed and a sophomore in high school. That is weird. Then you have 13 and 16. That's also fucking weird. You also could have 20 and 23. Nothing wrong with that because you're both fucking adults and it's different. You're both developed. Now, I don't mean about body development either. I also mean mentally. Your teen years are so crucial that a 3-year age gap is like so crucial. But if you're 20, 23, 26, it's not crucial by any. You're literally grown. And that's why age gaps when you're a teen is so like important to understand. You're really grown dating underage girls, talking to multiple of them. Your friends have fucking screen shared with me in calls, talking a little shit, being annoyed with you that you're stuck up on this underage girl, showing me your fucking Facebook posts about it, or like fucking comments you make, being a fucking weirdo. And I would be like, oh, maybe I could flirt with him and he could get over her. Like, maybe I could help. Like, it's so weird that he's stuck up on this girl. Like, I'm not surprised if you talk to more high school girls. That is weird. And you did not see me when our friendship ended immediately think, let me just message all of your friends, try to get them to turn on you and talk about how you date underage girls. I did not think that once. I just wanted to live my life and move on. But you, on the other hand, planned out to lie about a charity stream, exploit it with the intention of lying about me and trying to get people to turn on me for attention. Because I'm a public figure. It's disgusting. Disgusting. No normal people do this. It's obviously fabricated. It's obviously for, I guess the word is clout. Like, that's so strange to me. I would never do that to you. I don't care enough to either. Like, I'm trying to live my life. And you're like, poor victim me. Bad experience with Ash, which isn't true. I'm just going to lie about it. Let me do what the artist did. First, the artist didn't try to get me to make a story time. I'll clarify that. That was my choice. Let me ask Ash to fucking do something good for charity. Promote me instead of promoting just a video about Australia and just links into it. Promote me. So I can use that audience to lie about her and, like, exploit her relationships or fucking invade my ex's privacy. Like, let me just make up more lies just like she did about experiences so I can blow up. It's disgusting. Disgusting that you would try to manipulate people. JJ, show people stuff about my relationship. I never, ever did that to you. Never started a hate crusade against you for dating underage girls. You talk to multiple underage girls. You're gross. That is so disgusting. So, bye. You two are both pedophiles. Well, John is. The other one, like, you're attracted to high school. It's weird, but I don't think you're a pedo. It's just like you like underage girls. Weird. But if you're fucking almost 20 and you like a 14-year, I'd consider you a pedophile. Yeah. So John, you're a pedophile. Jonathan, you're just a fucking creep. Leave underage girls alone. I don't know. Maybe he is a pedophile too. I don't know. He could, if he's talking to fucking 16-year-olds, what makes me think he's not talking to a 14-year-old? That's not a far stretch. That's disgusting. I don't know. But I know you both are fucking disgusting. That's gross. I'm moving on with my life, my channel. You can keep lying about me. I don't care. I just care about my ex's feelings, his privacy, and I am deeply saddened that another creator has no problem to exploit someone's privacy and dox them. That's disgusting. I made a podcast about it. I also talked about my 20 fucking channels and my successful Reddit channel, which don't even try to find it. It's mine. You're not going to find it. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I'm going to say bye for the second time because I'm messy and I don't know how to do podcasts. So, peace. Ew, that was so gay, but like, peace.